All right, live again. Just going on and on with my daily practice. Doing this to show my students that I do practice, and I'm hoping that they will watch at least part of these videos and be inspired to practice as well. My hair is crazy right now, but you know what? When you're practicing at home, it doesn't really matter. Who cares what you look like, right? Got my metronome app ready. Ready to go right here. Close enough for me to hear it, but also close enough to you so you can hear it as well. Because when y'all are doing playing tests for me, I need to make sure that I can hear it on your recording, but also that you can hear it. Oh, somebody joined me. One person joined me. Sorry, this is just me practicing. So just me showing my students how to get into practicing at home. Not really anything exciting, although I think it's exciting because I can tell that I'm improving on playing the trombone. That's what I'm here to do, is to improve playing the trombone. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm standing in a good spot so I can move my slide back and forth. My slide is really sticky. I need a squirt bottle before I start playing. Let me make sure my slide is ready to go. That's better. Got some on there though. No, the lighting's not very good in here, but I don't have a ring light yet, so I gotta get that happening. I gotta turn so that my slide isn't hitting my stuff. Can't get there. All right. All right. Where I stopped last time in the book, I'm in Essential Elements, Book 1, number 37. So I'm actually going to move forward to 38 if it loads. I think I have to reload it because I'm on the website and it's not loading. I probably have to log in. Oh, yes, I do. I have to log back in. Let me log back in. Super exciting, I know. But sometimes getting ready to practice just takes a little bit to make it happen. All right, 38. 38 Jingle Bells. How ironic. It is Christmas Eve, and I'm going to play some Jingle Bells. Here we go. I'm at 116. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Here we go. 1, 2. Last two measures. Whenever I'm having trouble with something, if I encounter something that's kind of tricky, I'm having a little bit of trouble with it, making it work on the horn, I zero in on it. Like on Jingle Bells on number 38, the last two measures are a little tricky. It's got some movement in there. And so what I would do is I would focus on that. I'm going to bring the metronome way down. So I'm going to go 96 actually, I'm going to go even slower. Let's pretend I can't play it. But I'm always playing with the metronome just to keep myself honest and to make sure that I'm staying with the tempo as I'm working through this stuff. Maybe even change it up with some different articulation to make it a little more exciting. What did I do there? I did 8 notes. I'm always trying to follow the metronome, and then maybe I'll speed it up so that I can get it up to tempo comfortable. I've been taking breaths between notes. I shouldn't be doing that. I should really condition myself to not be taking breaths in between notes so that I can get my lungs used to making that phrase happen in one breath. And maybe if I can't do it, that should tell me that I'm just not breathing in deep enough. So I got to make sure that I'm breathing in deep enough. I'll try it again. Speed it up when I feel comfortable with it. And then maybe I'll even just play it at a tempo that's like way out of my grasp on purpose, just for fun to change it up. 171. Let's go even faster. 1, 2. Sometimes you got to do that to keep it interesting. I'm just going to move on. I think I can move on. Ooh, My Dreidel. I wrote an arrangement of this for our concert that's based off of this melody, which is a traditional Hanukkah song. I'm going to try it with the accompaniment on the website. Let's see how loud this sounds. I don't know if the audio will be picked up here on the live feed, but let's try it anyway. World sound? Maybe? Especially for my young students, it might be a good idea to go ahead and turn it on and play it and not play with it the first time, because a lot of times the tempo of the accompaniment is actually being played twice as fast as what you should play on the instrument. So you might want to listen to it just to get used to it. Let's see what it sounds like. So I can hit pause and return to start button, which looks like an arrow going to the left. I'm going to do it again from the beginning, and I'm going to try to go do the slide positions at the same time. That's a cool accompaniment. I don't know if you can hear it out there that are following my feed, but that's a pretty cool accompaniment. I'm going to play along with it. Pretty groovy, actually. This is the world accompaniment. That's cool. Good times. Yeah, I think this thing is in the way for my slide. Real fun. That's real fun. Real fun. How about folk? Try it as a folk. This is 39 again. Now that I've been playing for a while, I should take my intonation. Because I don't know if I'm in tune. Or it might just be that the notes I'm playing are I'm not quite in tune. This is the tuner that I use on my phone. I'm not really, it's called Pano Tuner. You can get a lot of different tuners online for free on the App Store. Okay, generally I'm flat. I might be just out a little bit too far. Or it might be right here. It might be, honestly, not enough air support. The crazy thing about the trombone is that you can actually make so many little micro adjustments just with the slide. Just with the slide. So as you're improving and getting good at it, you really do need to develop your ear to find the right exact spots for the slide to go for first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. It's not an exact, it's not always going to be super exact. Every musician is going to be a little bit different. But that's definitely something that I need to focus on with my students, is teaching them how to hear how to hear pitch correctly and to tune to each other. So yeah, I'm just aware of it because I think I have a little bit more training in my ear when it comes to intonation. I can tell that I'm not quite in tune, but I've been reading a lot and doing some research about how to get my students more into that sort of thing so that they can understand it better and react and adjust accordingly. Okay, rhythm rap is number 40. That's going to be pretty straightforward, especially for me. I'm also a drummer. I've been a professional drummer for many years, so this is not going to be that big of a deal for me. But just for the sake of saying that I went through the book and did everything, I'm going to do it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, I did it. Oh, yes. Brett Batterman? Oh, come on, man. Why are you coming over here and watching this, bro? Ryan Trombone? I got a trombone player? Oh, man, dude, no. Ryan Trombone, you can't be coming in here and giving me feedback, bro. You're gonna make me so self-conscious. I'm doing pretty good for somebody that only started learning trombone. I'm just gonna say recently as a teacher. I'm primarily a reed player, but I love playing trombone. So I'm just doing this to show my show my students that I'm willing to practice an instrument that I don't know very well. What is your fave woodwind instrument? My fave woodwind instrument is saxophone. That was the instrument that I primarily focused on when I was studying at university. But I do really like the clarinet. I've gotten really into the clarinet and the flute. Specifically, soprano sax is my favorite, but I'm looking for a tenor. I wish I had a tenor sax. Okay, 41. What about the string instrument? I don't know, man. Acoustic guitar, nylon string, not steel. Prefer, and actually bass. I've gotten really into bass guitar too, if you count that as a string instrument. Not really a violin person. All right, I got to keep going. I got to keep practicing so that when my students see these videos, they can see that I'm practicing and working on my trombone skills. Eighth note jam, number 41. I'm going to go 94. All right, 94 beats per minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Especially for my students that are not as used to going back and forth between the partials and the slide positions, this is definitely something that I would focus on if I was you. I'd really zero in on it to make sure it makes sense, and then I'm making sure that I'm producing the correct notes on the trombone as I'm going between the partials that I'm moving between in relation to the slide positions as I'm playing them as well. So I would focus on 41. I would probably focus on the third measure first, and then the third and fourth measure. So the third measure, we're going to slow the metronome way down. We're going 81. One and two, 3 and 4. And actually practicing with just the mouthpiece would be an excellent way to kind of address it as well. To get used to the buzzing pattern and the sizzle activity that we do in class, just doing it at home. So I'm pretty close, sizzling it with the or buzzing it with the actual pitches. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. And once that gets comfortable, then I turn it up a few notches on the metronome. I like to try to make the tempos jump around quite a bit, and sometimes I'll do really fast and then really slow, really fast, really slow, so that I'm not always just going from slow to fast. Because I think that could be detrimental to my time later on if I'm always tending to go from slow to fast. That might not make me learn how to have good consistent time. Yes, these are eighth notes. Ion, positive charge. I don't know if that's one of my students or not. It might be. Yeah, these are eighth notes because you should be able to hear the metronome here. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Lily's right there. See, Lily? I do practice at home. Lily is one of my students, so I'm proving to you that I do practice at home. So you caught me. I'm trying to do this to inspire my students to make sure they're practicing during the break because I am too. All right, here's 41 on the central elements. Eighth note jam, 41. 1, 2, 3, and. That's a pretty good tempo once it's comfortable. So I'm just gonna move on and keep on trucking. 42, skip to my loo. You know what? Skip to my loo. I want to do this one with accompaniment online. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I don't know if you can. Let's do country. Skip to my loo. That should be a country song, I bet. Let's try it. Let's see how it sounds. I'm just gonna follow along before I play with it. Woo! Hopefully you guys can hear that. It's pretty loud where I am. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to play along this time. How about a different one? Different accompaniment. Jazz. Let's see what jazz sounds like. Ugh, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about whether it actually is jazz. I don't think that I've really forced my students to get into tapping their foot while they play. And you can't see it while I'm doing it, but I am tapping my foot while I play. That's probably something I really got to get into with my students to make sure that they're learning how to do that. And it also translates over into marching as well. Cool. Let's see how fast this goes. 25% accompaniment tempo. How about blues? Great. You're also learning the trombone, Kevin Tur. That's awesome. Definitely make sure you're putting in the time like I am. I'm an old dude and I'm putting in the time. I really like playing trombone. I'm trying to get better at it. So I'm going to try it with the blues at 125% accompaniment tempo. tone is kind of inconsistent. And so when that happens, you really want to focus on those notes and make sure you get them to be consistent. And don't just do it once, do it a bunch of times. See, just like that, it sounds kind of weird and kind of want to hit it dead on. Just to work on making that tone real consistent, real clear. Long ago. Good posture improves your sound. Always sit straight and tall. Long ago, number 43 from Essential Elements. I'm going to do it with a metronome this time. My metronome on my phone so that I can go the tempo that I'm comfortable with. 1, 2, 3. This is a great example of a tune that if I was working on this and I was having moving smoothly between any of them, I would zero in on that idea and focus on it as an exercise, as something that I could work on by itself. See, I don't really like how unclear my tone is between the notes. So I would focus in on that and slow it down a lot and then speed it up slowly until it gets to the point where it's really clear and really precise. I'm running out of air. I'm not breathing in. I'm not breathing deep enough. I'm still running out of air. I'm not breathing in. I got to breathe in so that it forces the diaphragm down. Pushing it all the way down, forcing it all the way down. And it's so easy to just find things like that. And once you get more experience learning your instrument and playing your instrument regularly and just like working at it a bit at a time, making it more comfortable and understanding the kind of terminology I'm using right here and everything of that nature, you should be able to work on this stuff on your own. This is for my students. Working on this stuff on your own so that you can take those little things and make it your own little exercise to improve your technique, your slide positions for trumpet or for clarinet or saxophone, your finger positions, and just being able to ingrain that in you so that you can get onto harder music later on and just get to the fun stuff that usually is harder music. Let's do 44, Candy Mountain Rock. Okay, let's see. One, two, three. Nope. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So that one was kind of you're matching hoodies right now. So is Lily. Elijah Rose. Who's Elijah? Who is that? One of my students. Real. Who is Elijah Rose? Elijah. That has this hoodie? I can't take a guess. I have no idea. Elijah Rose. Elijah Rose. Elijah Rose. Oh! Uh-huh. You gotta stop dropping off those Twinkies. I am not gonna eat them. I'm telling you, you're wasting your money. Wasting your money. Oh, right, Jesse. Now Jesse's on. Okay, everybody's in on the fun now. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. Everybody's watching Mr. Almeida practice trombone. That's cool. No, this one, number 44, what I'm practicing right here, number 44 on Essential Elements, Candy Mountain Rock. That's actually good that I did that because I did not know what it sounded like. And so I was not relying on my ear or my memory to just play it from memory. And actually, I had to read the sheet music, which is called sight reading. Those of you that don't know what that is, sight reading is reading something for the first time, trying to do best to play it as correctly as possible the first time. With trombone, especially with the trombone and the trumpet, there's a lot of ear training that's required where you can identify those notes and you know what they sound like on the trombone, as opposed to me just trying to do jingle bells, something that's easy that I just know off the top of my head. Jingle bells, jingle all the way, right? So this was a good challenge for me, actually, just to read it, because I really did not know how it sounded. Let me see if I can play it again. Let me see if I can play it again more accurately. 1, 2, 3. Ah, I got it wrong. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, speed it up. 1, 2, 3. Woo! No problem. Actually, I had some problems. Essential Elements quiz, William Tell? I'm probably going to stop right there. I've been going for a good amount of time. I did a good amount of practicing. I'm just going to stop right there at the moment, for the moment. And I'm just going to go and enjoy the rest of the evening, take a break, rest my lips, because they're starting to get a little bit tired. All my students out there that are paying attention, please, 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 please make sure that you are spending some time during the break practicing so you don't lose out on the knowledge that I've imparted on you so far since you've been my students. Let's make sure that we are staying on top of our little practice sessions at home, as I will try to do throughout the break. I'm also going to try to include some practice sessions on instruments that I'm more advanced at, like clarinet. This is definitely what I'm explaining on these lessons, on these practice sessions with the trombone, which is an instrument that I'm not as familiar with, is way more geared toward the beginning student. But there are really good ways to practice when you are working on an instrument that you already have some experience in, and there's even more that you can learn from practice sessions. So make sure you make some time to do that, y'all. Happy Christmas Eve. Thanks for joining me. I got to go end stream. In